Hi friends, let's continue our discussion on engineering mechanics. This is the second lecture. Today we will be dealing with forces and force systems. Okay, so in the last lecture we have defined force, which is generally denoted as F, is nothing but an agent that changes the state of a body. As I already mentioned, we will be dealing with only rigid bodies. We will be dealing only with rigid bodies. So force is an agent that changes the state of a rigid body. But this definition is not sufficient. In order to get the complete feel of a force, we have to define three more things. So force will be completely defined only if its magnitude, its direction, and point of application on a body is completely or well defined. Then we can define or we can interpret what is a force and what will be its effects. Okay, force is generally denoted like this F and a particular arrow on over it. This simply means that force is a vector quantity. Force is a vector quantity. Vector quantity is something that is having both magnitude and direction. Okay, represent it in a Cartesian coordinate system like, okay, let this be x, y and z axis. Let's consider force like this. Let this be force F, and this will be having components along x direction like this, along z direction like this, and along y direction like this, and this will be generally denoted as Fy. This will be Fz and this will be Fx. We can denote our vector F as Fxi plus Fyj plus Fzk. This is the component form of a force. So to define the magnitude of a force F, we can use the equation Fx the whole square plus Fy the whole square plus Fz the whole square. I, J, K unit vectors along x, y and z direction, and Fx, Fy and Fz are the component of force along x, y, z direction respectively. The unit of force is simply kilogram meter per second square, and this is generally denoted as Newton, okay, which is represented by the capital letter N. Okay, so that's about the forces. Then let's consider some rigid body like this. If this body is subjected to a number of forces F1, F2, F3, F4 like this, then this constitutes the system of forces, and this is nothing but the system of forces. Generally we are having three types of system of forces, that is concurrent system of forces, then we will be having parallel system of forces, then we are having non-parallel and non-concurrent system of forces, and these three types will be there for both coplanar and non-coplanar configurations. What do you mean by a coplanar force system? Let this be plane xy and let this be plane yz like this. I am randomly giving some names, and these are the forces that is acting over these two planes. Like this be F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6 and F7. In this figure, you can see that clearly distinguish that F1, F2, F3 are coplanar forces, and F5, F6 and F7 are also coplanar forces. The difference is these F1, F2, F3 are acting on XY plane, and F5, F6, F7 are acting on the YZ plane. Forces that act in a single plane constitutes the coplanar force system. And let's consider some rigid body like this. Let's suppose this is subjected to a number of forces like this. Let this be F1 and some other force F2 and then some other force F3 like this. And please note that if the line of action of all these forces, this be the line of action of this force and this be the line of action of this force, and let this be the line of action of this force F3. The line of action of all the three forces are meeting at a particular point like this, and this system of forces, that the line of action of all the forces coincide at a particular point, will give the concurrent force system, which is simply means that line of action of all forces meets at a single point is nothing but the concurrent force system. We all know the parallel force system or something. If this is a rigid body, then parallel force system are like this only. That is, the body is subjected to only parallel forces. Body subjected to parallel forces only. This is parallel system of force. Non-parallel, non-concurrent simply means the forces are not parallel and not concurrent also. Let's consider a body which is a rigid body like this, and if, let's suppose F1 is the force, this is F2 and this is F3 and some other force F4 acting on this particular body like this, and let's suppose if we can replace with only a single force like this that can produce the same external effect that is created by all the system of forces, that is F1, F2, F3, F4, then that force is called the resultant force. Resultant force is nothing but single hypothetical force that can produce the same external effect as that of system of forces is nothing but a resultant force. Okay, so we will be using this resultant force in many cases, and we have to find the resultant force in many cases. Thank you.